Look how cute and gorgeous and on time I was. I just froze for a second. Hope it didn't freeze for you. We have a lot to talk about today. Let me X out of this random note on my phone. Great. Okay, that's better. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to join. Hi, Dustpan Luann. I have to burp. I can feel it. That's why my voice is kind of weird. Oh, I meant to go live on TikTok. Sorry, I just burped. Hi. I hope we're excited for this one. I'm really excited for this one, as you can tell by my 74 slides. That's normal, healthy, and very good. All of those things. Thank God this is today. That's what I'm fucking saying. Like, y'all think y'all need this? I'm doing this for me. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, doing a live with the iPad is the fucking vibe. Ah. Jon and Kate Gosselin divorce. Oh, who did something? Nicole Leanne resubscribed for 4 months. It's our year anniversary, Megan Flame, for 12 months. Oh. Okay. There we go. What about that? It's probably not the best audio in the world, but hopefully you can hear it. I'm going to try and switch it back now. Okay, what about that audio? Does that work? How about now? Does it still work? Is that better? Weed Queen 21. I blame Kate Gosselin. That's worse. The other one was better. Interesting. Okay. I'm fine with the other one being better. It's actually better for me. Oh, you guys can't see me. That's actually a little bit better for me because then I don't have to wear AirPods and then I only one thing. What about that? Okay. Is that the best audio that we have? Jon and Kate's divorce 100% broke America. This one is just louder, not better. Better, best. Interesting. Let me look at the settings again. What's bubbling in the back? I don't know. Ooh! I like how I just was excited about the setup and then the iPad fell. Okay. Yeah, the iPad people just can't see me that well. That's fine. Just listen. I'll turn it a little bit. Okay, so let's get into it. That was very traumatizing. I hate when things don't work, but everyone can hear me. Everyone can see me. We're good. I don't think I need to have these AirPods in my ears. Let me know if that made any difference. I'm taking them out just because I don't really feel like wearing them. I needed this. I was very close to a mentee B today. So what I was saying earlier is that, like, y'all think y'all need this? No, I'm the one that desperately needs this. So let's go ahead and talk about it now that I've fixed all these fucking problems. Yeah, what did you show us on your phone? Just that you could see everything really good, but we have stuff to do. It's already been 4 minutes and we have a lot to talk about. So we're gonna go ahead and start. I hate that when I like adjust my screen, it like everything blinks. I have my Dr. Pepper. I brought a Dr. Pepper to this live because I knew I would need it because, oh, damn it, I don't want, okay. Oh, I can put my cup. That'll hold it still. There we go. Much better. Okay. Therapy knocked some screws loose today. I need to go to therapy, but I just don't feel like dealing with that right now. So, we're going to be talking about Jon and Kate Gosselin's divorce, also known as the day America started to go downhill. Actually, America's been going downhill since it started. Like it goes up and then it goes down and then it goes down and then it goes up and then it goes down and then it goes down even worse. You know, it's just like a lot. So anyway, let's talk about Jon and Kate Gosselin because I wanted to do something not super like, I don't want to say serious because it is serious, but you know what I mean. I wanted to do something more pop culture and less history. So one thing I did want to say, fuck, I am so like ashy. My skin is so dry. We're not going to discuss the children's personal information because many of them have explicitly said that they want privacy. I am a fan of Maddie's lives. I've seen her go live a couple times with like lots of the kids are on social media now. So feel free to follow them and watch their accounts. We're not going to talk about like things that happen to the kids on the show. Like they would show the kids' milestones and lives. We're not going to talk about that because they've asked for privacy and it's none of our fucking business, essentially, is what I wanted to tell you. We are going to talk about two of the kids have done interviews like as adults and we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to watch a couple of clips of them, not of the kids. Like all the clips, the parent is the main one talking, but it's their show, so they're like in the clips. But I just wanted to reiterate that our main focus of tonight is Jon and Kate and not the kids. Obviously they'll come up throughout, but it's not about them, and I tried to make their presence as minimal as possible. I was very terrified that one of them was going to talk to me on TikTok. Like I was like, what if one of them sees it and then they get mad at me? But then I was thinking about it and I was like, they don't, like out of everyone, why would they be mad at me when there's a lot of other stuff going on, you know? But anyway, if you're watching this, I hope you're not mad. I tried to be as respectful as possible, not to your parents, but to you. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. 1010, love to avoid exploiting children whenever possible. But like I was just saying, we will be talking about the adults that decided to broadcast their lives to the world because they signed papers and they made money. So we're going to talk about it. Sorry. That might make me mean, but we're doing it. Oh, and I meant to say, fucking congratulations to all of you for catching this live. And for those of you on TikTok, you may want to come to Twitch because we're going to watch a lot of clips. So a very large portion of this will not be on YouTube because I will get dinged for copyright. So I'm going to splice out the copyrighted clips, which is their show and various news coverages, so that the YouTube, it's just going to be me talking. So if you're here live, try and stay the whole time if you can. And if you're on TikTok, you should come to Twitch. It's the first link in my page. It's free. You have to make an account, but it's free. So that you can see everything that's going on. Sim0411 subscribed with Prime. Thank you. And Sydney Moorjohn has resubscribed for 10 months. Libra Sativa has followed. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, these like bits things. I don't really know what that means, but thank you. I love that. They're like little, they go ding, ding, ding. And I also wanted to thank today's sponsor. Our sponsor today is Skillshare. Let me actually put this in the chat. Today is the last episode that's sponsored by Skillshare, but maybe more episodes would be sponsored by Skillshare if everyone wanted to just click that little link and get a free month of Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning platform. It's great. They have everything from like art to lifestyle to like Excel to like video production, like pretty much anything you can think of is on Skillshare. They're one of my favorite brands I've ever worked with. They are lovely, lovely people and very organized. I love an organized company. But anyway, this is the link. I put it in the chat. It's on the screen right here. I'll put it in the chat a couple more times. It should be going like every 15 minutes throughout. And you get a free month. You can cancel after the month. If you're like, oh, I don't want to do it because I don't want to pay for it. Take the free month and then take the classes you want. And if you don't want to keep going, don't. Extremely risk-free. If I click the link and then cancel, will it still help you though? Not gonna verbalize that, but is there a Skillshare for finding a job after teaching? Your girl has no idea what she's doing after this month. There are resume writing ones, so like not directly that I'm aware of, but they are on there. I've learned more on Skillshare than I ever did from my lack of parents. But I wanted to give you an example of one of the classes. This is Finding Serenity in Art, Therapeutic Landscape, Pastel Painting for Beginners. And I watched these. I didn't paint because I don't have paint and I didn't have time to go to the store. But anyway, I watched them and they're very much for beginners because I hate a class that says for beginners and then they're like, you're gonna blah, 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 and then they're just like talking like way above your heads. So theirs are actually for beginners. So thank you again to our sponsor today, Skillshare. I'll be talking about them and showing you some other classes throughout tonight's stream, but right underneath our Nearpod window, you will, and right next to that lovely dinosaur that gets excited when you guys follow me and subscribe, their link is right there. It's also in my link tree. And again, risk-free, a month. It'll help me out. If you ever wanted to say thank you to me, this is how you can do it. Get a free month. I need to sign up for this ASAP. So many great life skills to learn. So let's get into Kate's background. As always, we're starting with their birth. We're going to start very early. So Kate Irene Kreider, she's white, German, Scottish, English, if you didn't know that. It's not in my hair. She was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Charlene and Kenton Kreider, who was a pastor. She was the third of 5 children. She has 3 sisters, Kendra, Kristen, and Clarissa, and 1 brother, Kevin. Kreider became a registered nurse after completing a diploma program at Reading Hospital and Medical Center in Reading, Pennsylvania. And then she began her career as a labor and delivery nurse in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. She met Jon Gosselin at a company picnic on October 5th, 1997. They were married on June 12th, 1999. I forgot she was a Philly girl. I don't really know about that. Here's some pics of Kate back in the day. Here is her as a cheerleader in high school. Here's a picture of her in the high school yearbook. I feel like y'all are always caught off guard that I go back this far, but I will be finding pictures of people from high school. She has a P.O. box. I don't know where she has the address, but she just posted on. Yes, I do have a P.O. box. The address, here, I can give it to you right now. I have it in my little notes. P.O. box. Here you go. It's also on my Instagram if you need to look at it later. I don't put it like super everywhere because I don't want people to send me, like, I don't want people to waste money if they don't have it. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of influencers do these like P.O. box openings and it's like a ton of gifts and they end up throwing a lot of them away and I just don't want to be wasteful. So I love when people send me like little notes or art. Like someone sent me this. It's like a Chili's embroidery that they made me. And then I've also gotten like someone tie-dyed me a sweatshirt. Like I love shit like that. Like what you would send someone at camp. I don't want like like a fragrance collection. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say. So that's why I don't put it where hella companies will see it and just send me random crap. Okay, anyway, so Jon Gosselin's background. Jonathan Keith Gosselin was raised in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, the middle child of a family of 3. He has 2 brothers, Thomas and Mark. Gosselin's mother, Pamela Costello, was born and raised in Hawaii as a second-generation Korean American, and Gosselin's father died on January 13th, 2005. Gosselin graduated from Wyomissing High School in 1995, and he met Kate, like we said, 97. They married 99, and he was an IT analyst. So I think that's why he must have been an IT analyst for like a healthcare company or a hospital or something, and that's why they were at a company picnic together. Thomas was my high school teacher. He's a creep. I saw your comment. Or multiple people have said this. Maybe he just has that much of a bad reputation. I'm resigning from my teaching position on Friday. I'm happy but very scared. You are good. You are good. He is currently a DJ. She just knew he was it. Stop. Okay, here's some pics of Jon. Honestly, this is kind of a sleigh. Like, I like the haircut. Here's a pic of him. We got the hat. This party. This looks like the friggin' party. Is that a conga line with some light wash denim? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I did comment on that TikTok. My ex-husband was friends with Mark. Oh my God. Why is like the entire family group chat in this live right now? Why is he kind of fine though? I knew that someone was going to say that. That looks like a Mormon party. Yeah, it kind of does. He's always been a cutie. They're both objectively attractive. Yeah. So here's some pics of their wedding. I love the thumbs up. I love he's like, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Why they got a shell. hot people love being on TV, and TV loves having hot people on it. Here's a pic of them. I don't know if this is before or after they got married. It's New Year's. Here's another wedding pic of them. This hair is like so exactly what I expected. Like, not to be a hater, but of course, at her wedding in 1999, that's exactly what her hair looked like. Like, if you asked me to draw it, that's what I would have drawn. Like, updo, lots of curls, high, tight, tiara in it, veil. Like, it's just, of course, that's what she did. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but of course it is. I feel like some of you get what I mean. Better than her Karen hair. Listen, it's between her and God. So they became pregnant through fertility treatment because Kate had polycystic ovarian syndrome, and apparently that left her unable to conceive. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to talk about that. I'll talk about some shitty rumors that were going around, but I'm not going to try and say that I know what's going on there. On October 8th, 2000, she gave birth to twin girls, Kara Nicole and Madeline Kate. They were born premature at 35 weeks gestation. 35 weeks, so a full-term pregnancy is 40 weeks, so 35 weeks is early, but it's not like crazy, crazy, crazy town early. Leedle Yeedle, thanks for subscribing with Prime for 4 months. I used to watch this show all the time. I'm excited for this. This is going to be so much messier than y'all are even expecting. So, eager to add another child to their family, Kate began fertility treatments again because, again, polycystic ovarian syndrome. The result, 6 babies. In her book, she says that she sensed early on she might be having multiples, call it mother's intuition. She said, I just knew that my body, mind, soul buzzed with the anticipation of something major about to take place. And then on May 10th, 2004, in Hershey, Pennsylvania, at the Penn State Hershey Medical Center, she gave birth to sextuplets. Aiden Jonathan, Colin Thomas, Joel Kevin, and then daughters Alexis Faith, Hannah Joy, and Leah Hope, born just shy of 30 weeks. So 30 weeks is pretty early. The sextuplets were 10 weeks premature, which is common in multiple births, resulting from fertility treatments. I don't love how they said resulting from fertility treatments because that's common in multiple births, just period. The early birth required the 6 infants to be placed on ventilators. So they were in the NICU for a while. Here are some pictures of Kate pregnant in the hospital. She was in the hospital like a majority of the pregnancy, I think, just because it was very high risk. Not a majority, but like way longer than most people would be. She was in there a while. I watched their first TV interview after the birth in Tom's classroom. You're a part of this family. I just want you to know that. Joel Kevin is an interesting name. Jesus. So this next picture, this has been cemented in my brain forever. Like, the way this is true violence. And then here's her in the hospital with the twins. Look how little they are. So cute. See what I mean? Like, we're not talking about the kids, but obviously they're around. I hate that pic so much. And then here's the twins. And then here's them on TV, parents of sextuplets. And then here's them taking them home with the twins. Like, okay. So, now we're going to watch the fucking video. For those of you on TikTok, if you want to see the video, you have to come to Twitch. Sorry. Okay. So, here is the story of delivery day from the parents themselves. For those of you on YouTube, this part's going to get cut out. Love you, bye.
It might be a crazy life.
But it's our life.
Let me know if you can hear it.
How early on were you in your pregnancy, did you find out that there were 7, actually?
Well, I knew something was up before I even had my blood test that they would tell me I was pregnant. I did a home test and it was positive. Days before it should have been. So I knew something was up. Went in for the ultrasound and I was 5.5 weeks. And it was so early, there was no heartbeats yet, but they were there. All these circles flashed and I can still see it. And I remember thinking, that can't possibly be what I'm seeing because there's no way there's that many. And they just kept counting and lettering, and it was probably the most defining day in our lives.
I agree.
It's like
and we know our decision. We don't reduce.
So what they're saying, we don't reduce. It's very common when you, here, let me make this be quiet for a second while we watch. When you get pregnant with like a high risk pregnancy, like 6 fetuses, a lot of like doctors will recommend that you remove some of them and move forward with 2 because it's so high risk that you could end up like everyone's life could be perishing. So that's like a common medical procedure. Reducing the number of fetuses. That's an abortion. Doctors usually don't like to call it that. That's what they're not saying on TV, but that's an abortion. So that's what they're saying. We knew we weren't going to reduce. They're very much on that wavelength.
We can go right back there in our memories now, but it's amazing how different it is from then until now. All the humongous events that have taken place from then until now. To be sitting here and we're fine.
So did you immediately regret it when you saw a maternal ultrasound?
I don't think it was regret. I think it was shock.
And fear.
Yeah, a lot of fear.
So for people who say you knew what you were getting into, you asked for it, what is your response to that?
No. The goal of infertility treatments is to create one baby. And many, many people that go through it for years on end either have none. We get emails all the time.
Immediate regret. Why would she ask?
We did 10 years of infertility, never had a baby. Or people who have one. To this day, and our kids are 3.5, there is only now 14 living sets ever born in this country. 14.
I want them to talk about.
Does that cross any fertility
they're
patient's
talking about it
mind
a
when they
little
walk
bit.
into the clinic?
They move so slow
No.
on this.
Are
show.
you playing are you gambling? Are you taking
And for
chances?
those of you on TikTok, it will be
Yes.
on YouTube, but
I was
the
at
videos
home on bed
won't be
rest at
because of
7 weeks.
copyright.
I was in the hospital at 20 weeks. And they were born at 30, just shy of 30.
Here you go.
It took me half an hour to get
Couldn't even sit up in the car. I had to make a bed in the back of the minivan to drive her to the hospital.
I think the last time I was weighed, I was almost 205 pounds.
Shows used to move slow.
John kept track of that. That's why he's looking at me like that. He always knew my weight.
That's
That's
weird.
right.
205
scale.
pounds. I only gained, I was
70
like,
pounds?
yes, maybe 70 pounds total. I don't know.
This is so weird.
The saran wrap on my belly was because I had like a red 2nd degree sunburn
From stretching so
from
fast.
stretching so fast.
And the saran wraps,
Well, I used to put Vaseline on it.
right, so you didn't want Vaseline to stick to the bed sheets? So you
I
put
made
saran
Twitch
wrap
for
on
this.
it, so
Hell yeah.
it's a buffer
I also
between the
used to
bed
put
sheets and the
ice on
Vaseline.
That was very
Ugh.
painful.
So talk about delivery day.
Ugh, what an early morning.
Delivery day,
Are they Christian or
I woke
pro-life?
up
I think both.
around 4 something in the morning, like I always did, contracting. Oh, ow, they hurt. And I could tell they were just very different than the annoying ones I had up to that point.
Then
So
they
I
called
called
me.
John, and I
Early.
said, John, are you ready? And
Ready for
his-
what?
that was his answer.
That's kind of funny.
No, they open them.
You have to scrub.
I will.
If you're touching them or not.
I know. I'm
They're
flipping
always
out.
arguing.
I'm really charms are my thing,
Oh.
I'm going to see my babies.
Hi, this is Donna from maternity. I have the Goslings up here.
Not Donna
Is it okay if I
interrupting.
come in? Okay, thank you. That's Alexis. Little Miss Alexis.
He's so unenthused and boring. He is boring. He has like a strong hater energy.
Okay, Con.
Okay, so that's mainly what I wanted you to see was like the hospital stuff. So imagine getting home and realizing that you have 8 kids and just being that fucking outnumbered. Like that adult to child ratio is that of a daycare, which is jarring to me. That's very jarring to me that their adult to child ratio is like a government run daycare. He always seems disinterested. He really does. I'm not a fan of his work. So, how the fuck did they get on television? Following the birth of the sextuplets, they were on an NBC reality TV show called Home Delivery, where their house was renovated to accommodate their large family. They mentioned this in so many articles, but I cannot find any evidence of the show. I cannot find videos. I cannot find photos. I cannot find articles about the show itself. I just see other people talking about it. So, I don't know. I feel like maybe they mix them up with someone else. I have no idea. Like, I feel like Home Delivery, I ordered a couch from them. Maybe their ep didn't air. I don't know. Isn't that weird? I just thought it was weird. If any of you find it, let me know. NBC wiped the hard drive. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Cooley72, thanks for subscribing. So, following the birth, they were on that weird TV show that doesn't exist, and then they were featured on a special, this is in the game. When we play trivia at the end, this is one of the questions. They were featured on a special on Discovery Health. The real ones watched their Discovery Health special. It was called Surviving Sextuplets and Twins. That was in 2005. And then a year later, they were featured in another special, Sextuplets and Twins, 1 year later. They had very high ratings from the special. So Discovery Health signed the couple onto a reality series, which began in 2007, called John, I'm going to turn this down a little bit, called Jon and Kate Plus 8, documenting their lives. To produce the show, the family was filmed 3 or 4 days per week, and the first 2 seasons aired on Discovery Health before moving to TLC, and the family did receive payment for appearing on the show. I feel like Discovery Health has a show that's Surviving Sex. They have a Sex Sent Me to the ER one, though. That baby table with all 6 babies in it lives in my brain. I was talking to Fraz about working at daycare, and she asked me if I had one of those. So the family received $25,000 to $50,000 per episode from the original series, Jon and Kate Plus 8. They also received residual income from DVD sales, and the fun family trips on the show were paid for perks, and the couple reportedly received tens of thousands of free dollars worth of free products and goods. This is older. So the show came out in like 2005 was the first time they were on TV. The show came out in 2007. In 2012, Kate, according to Huffington Post, reported that she earned around $2.5 million from reality TV. And like I said, that was kind of in the middle of the show running. That was post-divorce. So just to give context of how much money they have. Okay, so this is a little wild to me. Like, I understand they're filming at their home, but their house is like literally a TV set. So between the specials and the series, they installed permanent light fixtures in their house to make filming easier and prevent the kids from tripping over wires from temporary lighting. Because normally if they film in your house, they like just plug in the lights and there's cables everywhere, which I understand they made the safer choice, but it's just weird to me that so much of your life is filmed that you're like modifying your house to have better lighting in your house to film your children. Like, that's just a little weird to me. Coffee Creamer 232, thank you for subscribing. Okay, so the family's first house, the interview corner, was located in the basement and was transformed from the playroom when needed. It was painted green, unlike the rest of the playrooms. They had like that one corner as a filming area for the little interviews, and then the rest of the basement was a playroom. And in their new house, the interview set was reproduced in an unfinished area of the basement. At season 4's finale, Jon and Kate said they would make a new set for season 5. So, more videos for those of you on TikTok. Get over to Twitch. It's the first link in my page. It's free to join. I tried to find compilation clips because I didn't want, part of me just wanted to like put the show on. Like, let's just pick an episode and watch it together. But I wanted to grab compilation clips that focused mainly on the adults and not the children, because like I said, we're here to talk about adults. So this one is on YouTube. It's called Jon and Kate Gosselin Ugly Moments from season 1. So let us enjoy.
Look at the poop on the floor, man. Whose was that? Nice. Yeah. Someone took a dump on the floor. Oh, remind me never to sleep there.
I don't know why they put that in there. I should have skipped that.
John, you need to take a break and help me clean. I just want to roll this off of here.
Well, I'm doing this. Just can you wait 5 seconds? She just like snaps.
I don't ever like the mess.
Then
Put
get him
that down, and you can continue
We will
with
be
it. I'll
watching
just
the
roll it
Toys R
towards
Us.
you, and you can have your spot. Just sit it down. Really, it really is necessary here. Okay, no.
They give you baskets, you go out to the field, and then you come back, and then they weigh your apples. And then that's how they determine cost. But that's where usually
John, they know how you weigh apples. Oh, honey.
It's okay. It's all right.
Alright, I'm not talking anymore.
No.
The producer.
John, are you going to be ready someday? He takes longer to get ready than I do, and that's really irritating. John, please help me instead of playing with toys. Honey, you're all right. I'll be back. I'll come say night-night to you.
Oh my god. It's so bad.
Still working every Saturday as a nurse, and I have recently we've collectively decided that I need to be home.
They're wearing their nice shoes.
What did I tell you the other day? When we go away, they wear their...
Nice shoes.
I don't understand
Boring.
why
Money
you
rain.
ask me. Who cares?
I do.
Why do you ask every time we go away? Which shoes are they
I
wearing?
low-key feel bad for them. They both have issues, but their worst qualities are brought out by suddenly having 8 kids. I agree.
Kate, when are you gonna
Like,
put the stick out?
No marriage could
It's getting
survive this.
Really annoying.
Did y'all just hear that? I think y'all missed this iconic moment.
When are you gonna pull the stick out?
Wait, which shoes are they wearing?
Hey, la.
Oh, this is a wonderful day. Maybe I'll be back to you.
Hey, Kate, when are you gonna pull the stick out? Because it's getting really annoying. I didn't hold my tongue. I just said what was on my mind.
Come on, Leah. John, you can't walk away without Leah.
My anger issues could
You need to
never.
wake up and keep an eye on everyone.
You need to let go of their hands and stop it.
We need
You're
to hold-
annoying.
We're done. I've been looking for you.
Go to 11. She was purchasing something at the checkout counter, I guess, for the girls, and the older girls, and I had the girls. So she told me to stay. What's that? So I found this big bin of toys, and I'm playing with Leah and showing her all these different animals. And then she's like, come here.
Hello, I need your help.
Go to 11.
No, I can't. Would
Why?
you come here? Because you need to stop playing toys and come help. You
Well,
see,
like, that's my question. Panic outside the disco. No way in hell I would take 8 kids into the store. Why are the kids there? Like, I cannot think of a more opportune time to get a babysitter. And, like, this was not where, like, everything was super easy with Amazon, but, like, when I was little, my mom used to buy my stuff from catalogs for holidays because she didn't want to deal with going into the store. So why would you not just do that? Like, why would you not just buy it? I'm sure they had, like, an order system, even if it wasn't online.
stand here. I have to go ahead. Playing with toys instead of doing his
And
job.
everyone looked, and I got embarrassed. So I went up to the front, and I stayed where she told me to stay. Then she went down to aisle 14 or whatever it was, and started to check out. So I'm standing with 2 carts
There we go. Okay.
in, no man's land up in the aisle. She's down checking out the girls' stuff.
I was stressed. I didn't
I'm
want
playing
them
with
to
the
see
baby.
it.
That's fine. I'm playing with the babies, and then I hear,
Hello! We're over here.
"You told me to stay here."
Come. This is for going pee potty.
I'm not talking to you.
What kind of car did they drive? A big van. We'll look at it.
Okay, you need to pay attention.
No.
She's mean and
You
he's
need to stop
stupid.
yelling.
That's so
Everyone looks
true.
at me again, like, here's the whipping boy. So I get, I drag both
Come
carts
meet
down for
my
them.
dogs.
And I guess you could tell she was like, "Rah, I
I
want to
was
get out of here."
stressed. No, I didn't want the girls to see what I got them.
I don't like either of them. That's
Since
the
we had
main
to buy for Maddie
conclusion.
and Karen still, we set up another trip where it was just Kate, myself, and Maddie and Karen.
I'm embarrassed they filmed this. If me and my boyfriend were fighting like this and there were cameras, I would look at him and I'd be like, later. Like, and it'd be done. Like, no, we're not doing this on TV. Absolutely not. Immediately no.
Honey, don't ramble. Like, say it in
I'm not
5
rambling.
seconds.
But she always
Sorry.
yells at him
Just
for
say Maddie and
rambling.
Kara had to get each other something, so we took just them.
Okay. This is my favorite piece of television. They didn't include this in it, but I really, really love that this happened. So I just wanted to show it.
She was probably, I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud? He's like, breathe quietly. So I consider them sick, anyone sick, do you hear yourself breathing? Oh, that's just gross. Does anyone hear him breathing?
I'm sorry for breathing.
Y'all see why I had to include that, right? Like, that really just sums all of it up. Here's another one. Jon and Kate are the moments from season 4, part 3 of 6. So we're not going to watch all the parts, but this one had the most views and I thought it was the funniest. So the ones we just watched, those were from season 1. Now we're on season 4. So time has passed a little bit, but they're still together.
No dessert if we can't get a picture. No, Leah, you're not in far enough. Just take. Leah and Hannah, stand up. Okay, Leah, can you get her down there?
Yes.
Honey, come closer.
Look at me. Look at me.
That was only season 1. Yeah.
Can we be done now?
Yes.
That wasn't that bad. They always start with the dumbest one.
I'm exhausted. Colin Thomas, that is strike 3 for you.
These kids were so cute. They are really cute.
If you get one bit of wet, you're in bed. What's the answer? Stay away from the pool.
Why do they keep putting the kid ones?
We
It's
filled
supposed
them
to be
up
them.
and bombs away. She said if I hit her, that I would have to sleep somewhere else. And I thought, she just raised her hand and hit me again.
I'm a girl.
No, that hurt with your ring. Right on my scar. Thanks.
Oh.
Get off me. So,
Get
but
off.
I should have just bombed her then. Because a quiet night's sleep would be nice on vacation.
You're so evil.
Especially with her.
You
Oh,
would-
go see who's crying. Oh, go see
You
who's
would miss
crying.
me.
Get up and do my coffee.
No, you would miss me.
She created
Yeah,
the
like
Karen
a
cut.
toothache.
She really did.
Go in and get dressed. Shut the door and she may not come out. Oh, day after day of that child.
Like, all parents say things, but having it on TV would
And I was like,
suck.
holy cow, this thing's huge.
I know. In the garage.
So it was a really high dome, man. I could stand up in that. I was like, that'd be nice.
Not one bit of wet. He is in Crocs.
What?
I mean, like,
rambles so much.
he's in Crocs and they're on a family beach trip. But I also get it because if you have 8 kids, you can't ever relax. Like, even when you're having fun, you can't relax because there's 8 of them. It's like being at daycare.
What?
Oh, she just walked by that open fire. Hannah, her arm was over it. We had a couple
We had some
scares.
hot pokers.
People
you
like
know.
hopped down off of a chair and like almost dove into the fire.
We had
Had a little heart attack here or there. Until their room is clean, because I'm not sure they're going with us.
It's not her room.
Why would you go camping with 8
Indeed,
kids
it's her
under
room.
6?
She was up here playing. I don't ever want to hear
Get
that's
over
not her
here,
room again.
Joel.
Just because she sleeps in the dungeon by choice doesn't mean. I don't want to get away from that being Alexis's room too. We get enough of it from Hannah and Leah. That's not your room, Alexis. Get out. Yes, it is her room because she chose to sleep alone in the nice dark basement because she's like a bat. I mean, I can't help that, but that is still her room. She still goes up there and
Free
plays
birth
and
control.
gets
That's the
dressed up
theme.
there and messes it up. That is her room. Her bed is
Hey, then she can help clean it up.
Yes, boy, that was a bright deduction. So I had
That
to
was a
clarify
bright
that with John, that
deduction.
you can't continue to segregate because I don't want them to make a segregation. I want Alexis, Leah, and Hannah to be close, all 3 of them. And so we were just discussing, yes, Alexis has to help clean up. The other kids have to come down here and help her clean up the basement. It's not like this is her room that she has to clean up.
Holly,
So,
that
we
might
just
be
need
chat
to-
of the night.
we
I
need to
just
clarify
screenshotted
that.
it.
Right, sir?
Right, I was wrong. And then,
Say that again.
right, I was wrong.
I didn't know that Kara, most of the shots of Kara, she looked all sad and forlorn.
Oh,
Did
that's-
Kara smile for any of them? Oh,
bigger
they have
smile?
gorgeous smiles. And look at the faces they give us. Oh, I did learn that absence makes the heart grow fonder. What'd you learn?
I learned that
Say, I learned that Kate does a lot around here to help me.
Kate's job is just as important as my
They
job.
never had sex after
Definitely
those
not
kids.
50.
I
Honey,
wouldn't.
Come on, just try a little harder to give me, just say something like that.
This is
might-
what he calls his
Kate
daughter
does a lot of
homely.
work around here that
I
I
have
don't
no
see because
idea.
I'm off playing with the kids.
I didn't need you to praise me. Just be glad that I'm here.
Oh my god. They're a disaster. Okay.
Doing as much as we can, but still trying to do family things as well and just maintain our familyness.
So, there's a lot more there. But me watching Kate and realizing I'm literally her and need to be nicer to my boyfriend. Like when she was yelling at him about like something, I was like, damn, that's really what I look like. I forget I had these memories, right? Praise me, but don't praise me, is what she said. Family things, like yelling at each other. Like for real, the actual flex is the kids growing up and staying out of the public eye because these 2 for parents. Yeah. Also, okay, you said, ooh, child. There's a video where this white girl is like, oh, what does this mean? It's woo Chile. And she keeps saying woo Chile. I need y'all to know, I went to high school with her. And right now, she is living in the world thinking that we are all laughing with her, not at her. I don't know if y'all know the viral video I'm talking about where the girl is like, what does Wu Chile mean? I know her. And she really, like, she thinks she's the star. Like, she thinks she's like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, oh, I made such a funny joke. But she was serious. You're the star. On the floor. That's definitely a coping mechanism, a defense mechanism. Wu Chile means yay, my chili's order is ready. Stop. Holly Pocket, you are on one tonight. The fine line between narcissism and stupidity. Also, I'm just reading her to filth, but I didn't say her name, so who cares? She would always post about how she's like, oh my god, I love black men are so hot, like, would always post that. And so I messaged her, and I was like, hey, I know you probably don't mean it that way, but it's coming across, like, really, in a really, like, fetishization way, and, like, I just, like, if I was doing that, I would want someone to tell me, so I just wanted to tell you. And she got so defensive and was like, that's not true. It's a compliment. Every time a man, like, I say that to a man, he takes it as a compliment. And I was like, yeah, when you tell one person individually you're attracted to them, that's a compliment. But when you're talking about it, like, as a group of people and just, like, saying that, and I literally explained, like, the history of why that's fucked up, going back to slavery and all that means, and she still just, like, fully denied it. And I was like, you can be attracted to black men without fetishizing black men and talking about, like, this fucking weird dynamic that you have. And that was before the Wu Chile thing. And then the Wu Chile thing happened, and I was like, y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Gave her a personal class and still learned nothing. She's deaf helpless. That makes the Wu Chile thing make a lot of sense. Exactly. It's giving white man with Asian wives. Oh my god. As a black person, I find that so cringe. Her saying Wu Chile or me or both. I'm so lost. What's Wu Chile? It's like it's a meme, I get. Not a meme. It was like a viral video. Need a Wu Chile live stream. Sign her up for Skillshare vocabulary. I'm still crying over Wu Chile. Okay, anyway. We're gonna keep going. So here's a rundown of their show. Someone asked how many seasons it was. This is Jon and Kate plus 8, not Kate plus 8. Here's season 1, had 8 episodes, 2007. And someone mentioned having all these kids at 29. I didn't even think about that. But episode 8 of season 1 is Jon turns 30. Imagine having that many people in your house. Here's season 2. It is 12 episodes. Starts with the sextuplets turning 3. And you can see it's like, they go to the dentist, they go to the zoo, they redo their bedrooms. Like, it's literally just family reality TV. Season 3 has 15 episodes. Cooking with twins. Gosselins go skiing. Viewer frequently asked questions. Plane ride to Utah. Christmas. Carpeting the house. Like, very anticlimactic. She had that haircut at 28. Season 2 was not 15 episodes. I stand corrected. It's 31. I forgot that it's so many, I had to split it into multiple pictures. Season 5, that one was 30 episodes. Nope, just kidding. 41 episodes. Season 5 was 2009. That was 41 episodes. This is when they have the divorce announcement, I think. Because Hawaii and the vow renewals was episode 21. And then I can't remember when they do the divorce announcement. I mean, in Utah, she wouldn't be the only one with 8 kids. True that. Buy Old House. I don't think it's that one. Turning 5 in the future. This is like, they announce it around here. I can't remember when it is, but we're going to watch the clip. And then the season 5 has 23 episodes, just to start off how we finish. I'm so mad they removed all the Hawaii episodes off the face of the earth. Wait, they did? Wait, they renewed their vows and got divorced in the same season? It was either the same season or the season right after it. So they did the Hawaii thing Where was that? That was in season 4. They did Hawaii. I think I said it was like 21 or something like that. Yeah, episode 21. And then couple episodes in Hawaii. I forgot that was multiple episodes. And then I think they got divorced in the following season. Yeah. Grasping for straws with renewing those vows. I remember when they renewed their vows, and my mom was like, they're not doing well. And I was like, what do you mean? They're renewing their vows in Hawaii. And she was like, they are going to get divorced soon. And she called it. She was like, they're not doing well. You can tell, like, this is really forced. And she thinks that, this is funny. So my mom has always said that renewing your vows is like a red flag because, like, why do you feel the need to do that? And then my dad surprised her with, like, a vow renewal ceremony. And it was so funny. But she was really into it. So it was fine, I guess. Overcompensating. Is your mom psychic? Sometimes I think she is. It's kind of scary. Here is their big announcement. The announcement.
So, John, there's been a lot in the press here lately. Can you clear the air and fill us in on what's going on between you and Kate?
Yeah. Kate and I have decided to separate.
Yes,
The earrings.
have decided that we will separate.
I try to contemplate it and think about it, and would it be better for us? It's just not good for our kids for us to be arguing in front of our kids, and we can't be cordial with one another.
This is like when we found out Ned Fulmer
We
cheated.
decided to separate.
I'm not very fond of the idea personally, but I know it's necessary because my goal is peace for the kids. And if peace needs to be brought about by this, then I'm in agreement. The kids.
The original
remain
conscious
living
uncoupling.
in their house.
Kate, do not put free feet on the internet. Oh my god, or on
I've
TV.
always called this their
Oh, we'll talk about his hair plugs. Don't worry.
house. I will remain here as well.
Oh, right. Okay. We're going to figure out when this fucking announcement was based on the house because I remember seeing that. So the Hawaii vow renewal was in season 4. And then in season 5, they had the house and big changes is the same episode. So yes, season 5 is where they broke up. So yeah, they separated right after their vow renewal. Back to this.
Very fond of the idea, kids, and I'm in agreement. The kids will remain living in their house. I've always called this their house. I will
I've always
remain
called
here
this their
as
house.
well during my portion of having them. John will also come here when it is his days, and we will flip-flop that way.
They love it here.
I will say that's the best way to handle child custody, in my opinion. The kids should stay, and that's like the best way to do it, but it's also a rich person way to do it because it's expensive. You have a main house that the kids live in, and then you have either like a smaller house nearby or like an apartment or something that you just share both. So whatever parent, it's not their week, they go to that apartment and just like do their own thing because then the kids don't have to shuffle any of their stuff. If you look at like psychological studies, when kids have their parents get divorced, that is the way it does like the least amount of damage to them, I guess.
This is their house. We bought this house for them, not for us. The security, the room, the land, all for them.
I sacrificed everything for you. You love me. So John and Kate, what the fuck? His 3-month affair was confirmed by U.S. Weekly staff on May 5th, 2009. When did that episode air? May 5th is when they announced it, and it looks like the episode aired. Big House and Big Changes, June 22nd. So that's they're saying, oh, there's been a lot about you in the press, and then they announced that they were being separated later. So, in the new issue of Us Weekly, which was out on Stans Wednesday, this is from an article I found in their like archives from 2009. In that new issue, including 5 people close to the situation, including 2 relatives of the other woman, confirmed that Jon and Kate plus 8 dad, Jon Gosselin, 32, has been having an affair with 3rd grade school teacher Deanna Hummel. The most explosive blow-by-blow details are revealed by Deanna's older brother and roommate Jason, who tells Us Weekly that he is speaking out now to set the record straight and protect his naive sister. She's a nice girl, not a homewrecker. He is a bad liar. This isn't healthy for her, but she's refusing to help herself. So here I am trying to help her myself. I hope this clears the air. After John and Deanna met in mid-January at Chill Lounge in Reading, Pennsylvania, they sent each other $3 shots. Jason says John began relentlessly pursuing his sister. By mid-February, he was coming over to their Reading house. On April 26th, while his wife Kate was traveling, John had Deanna over to sunbathe in his family's front lawn. We will look at the photo. This is just 7 days after they'd been photographed together at Legends Lounge at 2 a.m. In the pictures that show, he is not wearing his wedding band. At the Hummel house, John says Deanna and John would pretty much stay locked away like two teenagers. It was weird. He's a grown man. He also adds a lot of the time it was pretty gross listening to her, how do I say this? The walls are thin. Let's just say that. I mean, no one wants to hear his sister having sex, let alone with a married dude who's like almost twice her age and has 8 kids and maybe a crazy wife. And he says twice her age, but he was, how old was he at this point? 32, and I think she was like 23 or something. So not twice her age, but not great. So here they are. Here's her sunbathing. They have this fucking little tent. This is the most divorced man setup I've ever seen in my life. The tent, the plastic card table, the plastic chairs. Here's another pic of them together in the car. And then here is another news thing about him. So, of course, they got to lock themselves away with 8 kids running amok. Damn. So crazy. These are my hometown bars. Only 32. This man has been through a lot at just 32. So, timeline 2009. Like we said, John is accused of having an affair with the 3rd grade school teacher Deanna Hummel in May of 2009. The outlet even talked to her brother, like we said. And John did issue an apologetic statement. He said, "I'm sorry for putting my family in this awkward position. Given some poor decisions and bad judgments I've made recently, I'm working through this difficult time with my family. My family is my top priority." Meanwhile, Kate had also been rumored to be cheating with her bodyguard, Steve Nild, an allegation that she has denied. So, this is also, so May 2009 is when all this stuff started coming out. This is what aired before the divorce separation announcement. So before the separation announcement, this is when Aunt Jody and Uncle Kevin speak out for the Gosselin twins. Or Gosselin
The marital
kids.
woes of John and Kate Gosselin proved to be a ratings bonanza for their reality TV show and parent company TLC.
It's gonna be 11.
The double episode drew a record 9.8 million viewers, good numbers for network TV, pure gold on cable. To put that in perspective, the show set a ratings record just 2 years ago with just under 3 million viewers. One thing the unhappy couple could agree on during the broadcast, their anger at what they consider intrusive media coverage of their media-covered lives.
I have paparazzi standing outside my house.
Did I ever think I'd see myself on the front of a tabloid, or see those words or read those words that are there? No. It kills me.
Scott's super messy.
But the media isn't going away anytime soon. The latest issue of Us Weekly claims Kate had John on a $5 a day allowance at one point. Monday, Kate admitted that the pressure and attention has had an effect on the two of them.
Very swiftly, we turned into 2 different people, and it's just hard.
All this drama from just the season opener means viewers are sure to
Allowance.
stay tuned. Michelle Gillen, CBS News, New York.
And joining us now for an exclusive interview are Kate Gosselin's brother and sister-in-law, Kevin and Jody Kreider. Good morning to you both. This is very interesting because over the weekend, a lot of people were saying, I don't even know who these people are. And suddenly they have really exploded in the American consciousness. And
when you
years
sign
ago,
up to
when
have
this
your
reality
private lives
show
on
started,
TV and then
you
have
all
to
were
deal with your
sort of
private
involved
lives on TV.
We were.
And what was the idea initially? Here's this family, they have 8 children. We'll do a reality show. Was it almost like a sort of a documentary process?
Exactly. It started out that way, and that was a really neat thing to be a part of, thinking that, the children are, a little bit of their life is being captured, but it quickly,
See, Jody
we
was on the
thought
show.
It was very innocent at the time. And the first season started, I think, 8 episodes. And it quickly turned into more and more demands from John and Kate from the network. And it turned into 40 episodes in a 6-month span. And also there were cameras in the children's bedrooms at one point. and they were filming all year round, and these were very huge concerns for us.
Right.
We spoke to them about that, and
You talked to John again.
yes, oh, of course, and their response was, this is our choice, this is what we want to do.
Right.
Just respect that.
What do you think changed as those demands grew, as the camera time grew, as the sort of visibility grew? What was it? What was the change that concerned you the most?
Well, I think we're speaking out now because we want to be the voice of our nieces and nephews, and we're seeing it turn tide that they're being viewed as a commodity. That I'm sorry.
Well,
that
this is clearly an emotional issue for you. You want to go?
They're being exploited. And it's time for
They're real for
America
this, in
to
my
see the
opinion.
situation for what it really is, which is, unfortunately, there are no laws protecting children in reality TV shows, and it's time for the public to be aware of this, and that these children are very aware of the cameras in their homes. Their home is their workplace, and this is not a healthy environment for kids to be raised in.
When you tried to broach this subject with your sister,
How did you make this into only 74 slides?
we have talked to them many times about the subject, and they have often said, hey, this is kind of our lives, this is what we chose, this is how we're going to provide for them, and we feel that they've chosen this path, and with disregard to their children's safety, security.
The effects it's going to have. Now there are effects already being, signs already, and the life.
Like what?
Like they don't want the cameras around. They have told me personally, I don't
Your nieces and nephews.
Of course, yeah, we watched them quite a bit about a year ago and further back, and they would say, Aunt Jody, I don't like the cameras on every vacation with us. I don't like them,
I believe her.
Too, kids have bad moments. They cry, and having a camera zoom in on, a crying child. I mean, this should not be a form of entertainment.
Are you estranged now from your sister and her husband?
I do talk to Kate and John.
No.
We haven't seen the kids in a while, which is hard. But
it's giving Northwest not wanting to be on paparazzi, but
now.
Kim's still dragging her everywhere.
What we hope is that they will kind of come around, see the effects, see what's most important. And
they're very lost right now. They're very blinded by all of this media and this, the fame and the fortune.
Every time you go to the newsstand, there's another cover, another cover,
of course. And it is time to really put priorities
was
first,
way
which
before
is
her
they
time.
say they're children, but clearly their actions are showing
you say
something
that they say their children is their
They
top
say
priority.
their children is their priority, but clearly it is not.
They are ahead of their
This
time.
must be so painful for you to have this, what seemed to start so innocently, spill over into this kind of national sensation.
Yes.
And it can't be easy, I imagine, for you to come here and say,
No.
you're almost begging your family members to
It's
walk
hard
away
to
from
say-
this.
yes,
Could
it's
they
hard.
walk? Do you think they could walk away?
No.
She's real. They can't walk away.
No.
I think our focus is that laws do need to be passed.
Protecting children in reality TV shows, because these shows are popping up
for
all
the
over
future.
the place.
Yeah.
And it's time for people to see
You guys
that.
are right. She is
All
very
these
ahead of her
subsequent
time.
rumors, though, that this has also had an effect on their marriage. Do you have any sense that they're together or not?
Well, in their season premiere, it's very clear that they are not. And it is tragic. It is just about 9 months ago, they went to Hawaii and did a vow renewal.
Yeah.
And that was for ratings, but, the viewers felt that it was, true. And
That was for ratings.
I can't imagine as a child realizing that my birthday party, that all the outings that my parents took me on were because, ratings,
Right.
and all organized by production companies.
And last but not least, do you think the television company has any responsibility? Does TLC, is that about the cash register, or is there
Well, this
anybody
is
there
not
that is
Kate's
sitting there
sister. The
thinking,
guy is John's
what
brother.
What is good for these children?
Unfortunately, I think it has come down to all about the ratings. And no one is looking at these children as what they are going through and the life consequences they are
Oh no,
going to
Kate's
have
brother.
as
You're
they get
right.
older.
You're right.
Kevin
Sorry.
Jody,
Kate's
thank you,
brother.
Kevin.
Thanks for having us.
Sorry, I was wrong. It's Kate's brother and Kate's brother's wife. So criticisms were raised regarding Kate's intentions continuing with the show and whether or not the children were being exploited. According to lawyer Gloria Allred, every state does regulate the health, safety, and welfare of little child performers, and these little ones are only 8 and 5. They can't protect themselves, so the state has to be sure they are safe in their workplace. In the case of the show, the children's workplace is their home. At this point, there's no clear laws in Pennsylvania regarding a child's appearance on reality TV. However, Pennsylvania law permits children who are at least 7 years old to work in the entertainment industry as long as certain guidelines are followed and a permit is obtained. For example, children may not work after 11:30 and are not allowed to perform in locations that serve alcohol. Kate says the kids were happy and healthy and never in any danger from doing the show. Jon stated they were in talks regarding the children's happiness and that there is no truth to any of the reports that the children had been hurt by the series. This was written back then. TLC released a statement saying that the network fully complies with all applicable laws to produce the show. The statement said that for an extended period of time, they have been engaging in cooperative discussions and supplied all requested information to the Pennsylvania Department of Labor. In 2010, maybe 09, saw some mixed reviews here, or mixed messaging here. Investigation of the Pennsylvania Bureau of Labor Law Compliance found that the activity of being filmed was spontaneous. However, the children introduced episodes of the television show and transitions, DVD, and other merchandise were involved other merchandise was sold involving the children's appearance. Lighting was placed in the home, and there was product placement in some episodes. Because of these reasons, the children were considered to be working, and the show was required to obtain a permit for those children, which it did not do. An agreement was reached, and no charges would be filed as long as no further violations would occur. So, Angel Grace 348, thank you for subscribing. So there was an investigation into them about child labor, what Jody was talking about. I'm going to skip these just because we're kind of short on time. But if you want to look them up, it's like 20 minutes of Aunt Jody and Uncle Kevin speaking out about it. It's really interesting. They get into like a lot more facts that we talked about. She talks about like their hired help and how Kate accepted tons of help and money from people before. Like they kind of get into it. But part of it, she also is kind of like giving hater because she's like, Kate tries to pitch herself as this homemaker, but she has a nanny and she has cleaning staff now. Like some of it was kind of giving jealousy, but a lot of it was giving facts. So look that up if you would like to. Also, again, wanted to say thank you to today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Skillshare. I will put the link in the chat. I got you a free month of Skillshare. Please sign up, even if you are just doing it as a thank you to me and you're going to cancel it. It still helps me out. Here's some examples of music classes they have. Learn guitar, complete beginner's guide. Ableton Live 11, make your first track, piano basics, music fundamentals, sing like a star, 5 steps to discover your voice, music theory from songwriters from beginner to producer. So lots of great stuff on Skillshare. Thank you for everyone who signed up, and thank you for Skillshare for sponsoring this episode. And yes, I do the Skillshare classes. The reason my like Twitch stream is a lot better now, like with the quality and the audio and the visual and stuff, is because of Skillshare. It taught me how to use a new streaming platform, and things are going a lot better because of it. Oh my god, I'm not plugged in. Oh no, I am plugged into Ethernet. Okay. Okay. This is the only advertising I consent to. So, Jon and Kate divorced in 2009. Just a month after Jon faced the cheating speculation, Kate filed for divorce in 2009, which was finalized December of that year. Over the course of the weekend, Jon's activities have left me no choice but to file legal procedures in order to protect myself and our children, Kate explained in a statement. She added, while there are reasons why it was appropriate and necessary for me to initiate this proceeding, I do not wish to discuss those reasons at this time, in the hope that all issues will be resolved amicably between Jon and myself. As always, my first priority remains our children. Kate later claimed that Jon was the one who wanted for the divorce. Jon has been asking for this for a long time, Kate told People for her 2009 July cover story. She added, he does not want to be married to me anymore, no questions asked. He went and hired a lawyer and said, you better get one, so I did. I never would have made that step, I never would have done it, but I did because he told me to do it. Kate told the outlet that Jon, at one point, was not the same person I married. Well, you probably weren't either. People change. That's why if you marry someone, you got to hang out with them long enough beforehand to make sure you're changing in the same direction. It's not foolproof, but I feel like it would help. People that get married after 2 years scare me. Or the nanny help more. Both are probably valid. How old were the parents and the kids? How old were the parents? The kids were 5. Yes, you're correct. So, at the time, the freshly broken up couple had agreed to rotate in and out of the house while the children stayed put, according to an outlet, a much different one from the arrangement they have today. A few years later, Jon insisted that the infidelity had nothing to do with their split. The biggest misconception is the reason for the divorce is I cheated on my wife, but I didn't. I mean, I knew my marriage was over January 17th, 2009. That was just the definitive day. I just knew, Jon said on an episode of VH1 show Couples Therapy in 2014. He also described their marriage as just kind of a 10 years of a business transaction. They were married for 10 years. Got married after 5 years and divorced after 2. Valid. Okay, so Gosselin, I didn't leave Kate for Haley. In his interview with ABC, he discussed the relationship with his 22-year-old girlfriend, Haley Glassman, the daughter of Kate's former plastic surgeon. There was an episode where Kate got a tummy tuck because she's like her skin was really stretched or whatever. So yeah, Kate's had work done. Tons of people have had work done, whatever. So I didn't leave Kate for Haley. People think I left Kate for Haley. How many times are you going to say that? Because of the time frame and what they printed in the tabloids. Gosselin said, you can't control who you love. I strongly believe that. You cannot control that. It's two people joined together. Gosselin says that Glassman is the polar opposite of Kate. Yeah, because she's 22 and doesn't have a frontal lobe, so she doesn't know how to hold you accountable. I feel like I love her more than I did Kate, he told Cuomo. That guy's canceled. Oh no, the other one was canceled. I don't remember. I get the encouragement from her. I get respect from her because she's a child. 2 things that a man needs. I hate this. Everyone who was like, there's a lot of Kate haters. I'm a Kate hater and a Jon hater. He said of the new relationship. This is someone, I mean, like soulmate, that people joke about that, but I'm not joking about that. When asked by Cuomo if he loves Kate, Gosselin replied, I will always love Kate as the mother of my kids, but to tell you right now, with what's going on, I do not love Kate. Even before his relationship with Kate officially ended, they had quickly become a life in the tabloids, and then that whole Deanna Hummel thing that we already talked about, he said that it was just a friend and he just hung out with her. But there were more photos with more women, like Kate Major, a former reporter from Star Magazine, claimed that Gosselin was her boyfriend and that the two had sneak sex when the kids were not around. I don't know if that's true. And then no romantic fling. She tells stories. Now there is Glassman, a new woman in Gosselin's life who he says he loves. I have so much to lose in this situation. I could lose custody. I could lose my kids. I could lose. But I feel like with Glassman that I'm not going to lose them. It's just going to get better. We are. Jon and Kate plus hate is right. That should have been the title. So here's a pic of them. Jon Gosselin and girlfriend Haley Glassman share a passionate kiss in New York City, October 17th, the day after they went for a romantic walk in the rain. That's not romantic. Jon, 32, was recently ordered to return $180,000 he withdrew from a joint bank account that he shares with estranged wife Kate Gosselin. The father of 8 has until October 26th to return the money, or he will face contempt charges. This is the messiest fucking divorce. So now let's talk about Kate's cheating allegations. So Kate Gosselin is horrified by claims that she cheated with a bodyguard. The allegations they're making about me are disgusting, unthinkable, unfathomable, she tells People in 2009. 2 weeks after stories linked her husband with that teacher, Deanna Hummel, Kate says she is now the target of tabloid lies. The next story coming out of the animals that stalk us is about our security person and his family. Already the allegations they're making about me are disgusting, unthinkable. Oh, this was already in there. These are the people who absolutely love us and want to see us through to the end, Kate says of Neil and his family. Of course, both of them travel with us at times, and we've spent holidays together because in this situation, your circle grows smaller and smaller. It's very natural to become friends with your manager, your publicist, your security team. They're the only people you have left, and now they're coming under fire. And then the brother allegedly confirms, Brother confirms Jon feared Kate was having an affair with the bodyguard. Jon and Kate's marriage is done. Her brother confirmed in the interview 6 months ago. Kate came to Jon and said, hey, it's over. He tells Radar Online. Those were those 2 videos we skipped. Jon came to our door one day and told Jody he suspects Steve the bodyguard and feels that he's getting a bad rep. I feel that Kate's not being faithful either, a source told US Weekly. Kate and Neil have a very physical relationship, and in a recent public appearance, she was gently poking him, giving him a little love, unlike the slapping she does with Jon. She and Steve were joking around so much, I actually wondered if they were having an affair. So here's some pics of her with Steve. I couldn't find what they were referring to with like the poking and the jokey joke. I have no idea if these two people had an affair. Really could not tell you. So Jon wants his kids off of TV after the split. TLC slapped Jon with a $5 million lawsuit for breach of contract after he stopped filming, and then they renamed the show Kate Plus 8. Jon tried to fight back with a counter lawsuit alleging that they were breaking Pennsylvania's child labor laws. So this was like when they first got investigated, he was like, everything's great, and then later he was like, just kidding. Jon explained why he no longer wanted his 8 children to be reality television stars. He told Larry King in 2009. The reason I don't think it's healthy for them is that we're going through a divorce right now. I don't think it should be televised. I think my kids should be taken off of the show. So Jon, like, as much as I am a Jon hater, it does seem like he's trying to be like a competent parent right now and like protect them. And then TLC said, Kate, you're going through a divorce? Get your ass to work. So then we have Kate Plus 8, which came out in 2010. Nah, I'm suspicious. Did he want the kids off the show or because he wasn't getting paid and just to stick it to Kate? I think you can have multiple motives for something. Why do I feel like he didn't care, but when Kate Plus 8, he had a problem? But I think the lawsuit was before. I don't know. What's next week's topic? The history of cruises. We'll talk about it. So this is also the hair makeover era. With her divorce behind her, she got her little hair makeover. I don't know why I included so much here. Like, it's literally an interview with the stylist. I don't know why I thought we were going to read this. But she got her little hair makeover. It was extensions. So there's the before and after. She looks a ton better. Really glad for that. The end of the Karen cut. The Karen era was over for Kate. But it would be misogynistic if we did not also make fun of Jon. So in 2008, Jon got a hair plug transplant thing. So this is something they have in common, is that they both used modern enhancements to make their hair better. So I love the title of this slide. Thank you. How long does it take you to prepare for these lessons? 2 hours. I just know you could see her tracks when she styled it on her own. Nah, they had her shit right. She had a super expensive one. It took like 20 hours or something ridiculous. But yeah, so they both have fake hair, I guess. So, Jon wants custody of all 8 kids in 2010. In court papers, Jon Gosselin says his ex-wife abuses her authority when it comes to scheduling visits with the kids. He also claims an arbitrator failed to require Kate to provide documentation of the children's expenses. The Gosselins appeared on the show until their marriage fell apart. We know that. Kate's attorney told E! News that Jon's suit is incoherent on many levels, adding that he will be filing his official response Thursday or Friday. We do think it's a seriously flawed filing that the court will ultimately dismiss. We're going to file a response and go through the proper legal channels, blah, 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 blah. The timing is unfortunate. It speaks volumes to what we're really dealing with here. Kate is a completely and totally devoted parent and obviously has a huge following in terms of what's going on with Dancing with the Stars. The timing of this is what it is. We think anyone objectively looking at it is going to react with a jaundiced view of it, is what Kate's lawyer said. And that is true. Kate is very much on Dancing with the Stars. She is a single mom who is working 2 jobs. In 2009, when they announced it was going to be Kate Plus 8, they also got canceled during season 5, so it was kind of like a weird, like, extended break, pause, transition thing. Season 2 came out in 2010, and then Gosselin also filmed a talk show pilot with Paula Deen, but then they decided that she was no longer going to be considered for that role. She also was the contestant on Dancing with the Stars. She was eliminated, and then she also did a couple of other things. She was going to be on The Bachelorette, but they didn't pick her, and then she was a co-host on The View for a little bit. So she was working. She was traveling. She was working. I don't care how broke I am. I don't care how desperate for fame I am. I will never go on Dancing with this bitch from hell is my alter ego name. Okay, so then here is the episodes of Kate Plus 8. Season 2, they had 16 episodes. Season 3, they only have 5. And then season 4, they have 8. And a lot of them, like, you can see it's like Kate's most memorable moments, Kate's advice, and it's just like her talking. So the show is really going downhill. You can see the viewers are going out pretty dramatically. And then season 5, we got 7 episodes. Season 6 is only 3 episodes, where this their last episode is the sextuplets celebrating their 13th birthday. Who wants advice from them? So then this, like, y'all, it's about to be a mess. It is about to be a mess. Kate accuses Jon of illegal hacking in 2013. And that's such a her thing to accuse someone of. She's like, you hacked me. Like, that's such a Karen thing to say, that someone hacked you. Because he was in IT. Like, what are you talking about? Very much a wait, there's more. Like, y'all thought it was a mess. It gets worse. So this shit is fucking crazy. In 2012, a tabloid reporter, Robert Hoffman, published a book called Kate Gosselin, How She Fooled the World. I think Robert Hoffman is either in love with Kate or wants to be Kate, because he's weirdly obsessed. Anyway, and Kate later accused Jon of feeding the author with information that he dug up from illegally hacking her computer. He's your ex-husband. If he wants to feed someone information, he can just tell them. He doesn't have to hack your computer. He was married to you. He just knows it. I forgot he was an IT guy. That doesn't mean he knows how to hack a computer. The mother of 8 filed a lawsuit in 2013 where she said that Jon illegally hacked into Kate's email account, her phone, and her bank accounts and stole a hard drive from her house, which contained private and confidential material. She claimed that Jon gave this illegally sourced information to the book author, and the suit was eventually dropped in 2013. Did she forget he knows stuff about her? Kate, does he connect to Wi-Fi Gosselin? It's like when Congress talked to like Mark Zuckerberg or the TikTok guy whose name is escaping me. This is a rumor that I found but couldn't find actual evidence of. So in 1997, this is what the book was about. So this is this is from Hoffman's book. These were the rumors I was talking about. I wasn't going to include it, but then because the book came up because of the lawsuit, it felt relevant. So in 1997, a woman named Bobby McCaughey, whatever, gave birth to sextuplets, which made national headlines. Oh, septuplets for her and her 7 children. They got free college educations from the state of Iowa. They got a ton of like diapers for years sent to them, whatever. And then Robert Hoffman claims that this is when Kate Gosselin like wanted to be famous, is when she saw this happen. After seeing this in a magazine, Gosselin was determined that she could be a celebrity supermom if she had high order multiples, triplets or more, and build an empire bigger than Martha Stewart, Hoffman writes in his book, The Rise and Fall of a Reality TV Queen. First, she had the twins, and Hoffman alleges that Gosselin tried to market the girls from the time they were born, getting headshots done and using them to contact modeling agencies and commercial ads. Again, a lot of the stuff that he says I cannot find anywhere else. There was nothing special about just a set of twins, she was allegedly told by a photographer. And then Gosselin became obsessed with that family that had the sextuplets, or the septuplets, and then Hoffman's list is extensive and includes things like both women publicly stating they're strongly against selective reduction, McCaughey saying she thought about becoming a nurse, and Gosselin actually becoming a nurse, using the same wording in an interview like God gave us these kids. A lot of people say that. And they both came from devout Christian families and were both preachers' daughters. And then when discussing the names of her sextuplets, Kate says she picked the names randomly, but McCaughey's firstborn septuplet daughter was named Alexis, and her lastborn son was named Joel. So a little weird that they have the same names. And before Gosselin even had children, Hoffman claims that she began planning to become a nurse so that she could marry a rich doctor, but then settled for Jon because his dad was a rich doctor, I guess. Nobody could understand why she wanted to become a nurse in the first place. It was obvious that she didn't like the people and had no interest in helping them. She cringed at the thought of touching sick people, a fellow nurse who worked with Gosselin at the Reading Hospital told Hoffman. She thought she was better and smarter than everyone else, even though she clearly wasn't. Me. A second former colleague of Gosselin who attended nursing school with her said, even during nursing school, Kate threw herself at every doctor she could find, even the ugly ones, but was rejected every time. That made her mad. And then having no luck with doctors, she met Jon and they got married. Kate did pretty well for herself marrying Jon because apparently Jon's father was generous. Again, I don't know if this is true. The only place I can find it is from this random man. Apparently Jon's father paid for their wedding, bought them their first house, and started giving them checks every month. He gave them a lot of support, and Kate loved that about him. As for the sextuplets, Gosselin claims she discovered she had PCOS, which meant she was required fertility treatments, but Hoffman claims that she went behind her doctor's back and took extra human Guaranic whatever to produce more eggs and have multiples. Again, don't know if any of this is true. I think this man is a little obsessed, and a lot of this is very, very far-fetched. According to Hoffman, Gosselin was told she got pregnant by her twins by UII, and then she should go IVF. She said she wanted just one more baby, but IVF does have chances of multiples. And then apparently she switched doctors and didn't actually have a diagnosis. You can see he just kind of says some stuff. So Hoffman claims much of the material from his book was found in her trash, including a hard drive containing her personal journal entries. So I don't fucking know. I don't know if any of this is true. Gosselin initially filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Hoffman and her ex Jon, like we said. The book was pulled and Gosselin dropped her lawsuit, but I did see the book online, so maybe he self-published. I don't fucking know. Very weird. Very weird shit. So, where was it? So this seems weird and like a reach as well, but in this book, he also says that her father was very abusive to her and that Kate was also sexually abused by family members. And then apparently in high school, Kate got pregnant and then her dad forced her to get an abortion. Again, I have no idea if any of this is true. Hoffman seems like weird and obsessed and I don't fucking know about this, but apparently that's his thing, that his logic is like that's why she was obsessed with multiples and wouldn't and became so pro-life because she had an abortion in high school. But I have no idea because he said he read her personal diary entries, but I don't fucking know. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you what was in the book since Kate did sue over the book. I just wanted to tell you what was in it, but also give the disclaimer that I think most of that is not true. So back to reality land. It's 2014. Jon wants custody of the sextuplets. We've already been here for an hour and a half. Holy shit. Jon announces Jon announces his plan to file for emergency petition and contempt and then fight for custody of the sextuplets. While he told In Touch in a since deleted article that was originally published in 2014, the father was upset at how Kate was parenting their children. You can't breathe the wrong way without upsetting her. And he fucking knows that shit. The kids have to ask before they get a drink, before they get a snack, before they open the fridge, before they go to the bathroom. It's ridiculous. What do you use to present these? Nearpod. So, this is a weird video of her and her children from 2014 on television.
You want it hot or not hot?
We want! Now, as teenagers, Kara and Maddie want to set the story straight about their family and what life was like growing up Gosselin. Kate, Kara, and Maddie Gosselin are with us now. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Well, we have not seen you or gotten to talk to you two in a long, long time, and you're out because you want to let the world know that you're doing okay. Maddie, what
So
would you want
awkward.
to say about how you and your sister and your family are doing?
To see the slides, go on Twitch. It's the first link on my link tree.
Your words.
Oh,
It's
it's
your
hard.
chance.
It's a
Spit
hard
it out.
question.
Oh.
What about you, Kara?
So this is their chance to talk. This is the most wordless I've heard them all morning.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for them, but Maddie, go ahead. Sort of the things that you said in the magazine, that years later, they're good, they're fine. Go for it, Matt. It's your chance.
No, you just said it.
Oh, I said it.
Well, let me ask you this, girls.
You just said it.
To go out and be in People magazine to say, hey, we're doing okay. Why did you feel you needed to say that? Do you think people had the wrong impression of you guys, Kara?
Kate shouldn't be here for this. Exactly.
Kara.
My gosh.
What Kara's
Yes or no?
thinking.
Go for it. The interpreter.
Oh, wait, what?
What is she thinking? Do people have the wrong impression of you?
Oh.
Kate seems so mad.
Wrong. I would just say not like the full like story.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people.
She
like, think
coached
that,
the shit out of this.
filming like our show has damaged us, but it's only really helped. It's not really done.
They're more aware of what is out there, the inaccuracies, things that are
This
said
is
by
their
the
car.
general public, their father, whoever in general, because their friends talk about it at school. So I sort of am forced to kind of inform them. And I think the most upset, we talk about it a lot, and the most upset they are is because they get really frustrated that people assume certain things in our house.
Bombastic
and they always say,
side-eye.
but that's not how it is, Mommy. Why do they say that about us?
Yeah, but let me ask you, Kate. I mean, to have them come out here,
Scaring my mom at the
article,
doctors.
to have them come on national TV and sort of put them on the spot like this, is that helpful to them? Is that the right decision, or does it kind of, that continued exposure, continue the injury to them?
I mean, there is no injury to begin with, and these
She said,
are
"My kids
any,
are fine.
You know, TV
Thanks."
things that we do. Obviously, I mean, I can't get them to do at this age, at 13, anything that they don't want to do, as with any parent. So it's not like I, you know, force them to do it. This was a, hey, you know, the Today Show asked us if, same with the People magazine, asked us if we wanted to do this. How do you feel about it? And they agreed
Look
to
at
it.
Kara
As with
looking at
my
her. She's like,
9-year-old.
"That's not
It's
what
a
happened."
family decision. So I think that it's really frustrating.
Continued
when,
exposure. They're on
there's so
TV right
much
now.
out there that is not true. I'm getting to the point where I'm extremely frustrated, and I don't spend time.
Okay, so you guys get the point of that. And then Jon reveals his limited time with the kids in 2016. He told Steve Harvey that he hasn't seen all his kids together in about 3 years and usually gets 4 kids during visitation time. These meetings usually involved once a week dinner and hang out every other weekend, according to Jon. Later that year, Jon's 2 oldest daughters, Kara and Maddie, famously called out in a 2016 interview. He makes it seem like we're being kept from him, which is insane, Maddie told People at the time. She added, he should maybe spend some time thinking about why we don't want to see him and maybe realize that if he ever does want a relationship with us, talking about us on TV is not the way to make that happen. Her twin sister chimed in saying we wouldn't even know what to say about him. Yeah, 13 years old, can't be manipulated. Yeah, exactly. So this is just a very messy and a lot. There's so many videos in this. That's why we've been here for so long. This is her show, the final season in 2017. Things are going awesome for Kate. Then in 2018, Jon wins custody of both Hannah and Colin. Jon revealed that Hannah was living with him full-time in August 2018 and proceeded to seek custody of Colin, one of the sextuplets, with Kate in November 2018. The father was desperately trying to remove the young teen from a treatment center for children with special needs that Kate sent Colin to in 2016. Jon would go on later to say that their son was wrongfully institutionalized and has repeatedly slammed Kate for sending their son away. He won custody of Colin in December 2018, who joined his sister at Jon's home. Before Jon's court victory, a close source to the former TLC star told Hollywood Life, Jon's been visiting Colin consistently at his live-in school. He's been incredibly dedicated to his son. His efforts have paid off because when Colin was home for his weekend and visit, they are clearly a very strong between father and son. Jon, Colin, and Hannah make a great little family unit. And then Jon is furious that some of his sextuplets reappeared on TV. He told Daily Mail TV that he was absolutely furious at Kate and TLC for allowing Alexis, Aiden, Joel, and Leah to be filmed in a TV special about Kara and Maddie going to college, which aired October 2019. Kate plus 8 had already ended in 2017, and a judge had reportedly ruled that it was not in the best interest of the Gosselin children to allow them to be filmed for the show, according to the outlet, so Jon was blindsided by the special. They put profits and ratings ahead of the well-beings of my children and filmed illegally without work permits, and reportedly showed the outlet a court order proving that he shared legal joint custody of his minor kids, and the TLC star reportedly found in contempt of court afterwards and ordered to pay Jon $1,500 in legal costs to her ex-husband. Reported the TLC star was reportedly found, okay, got it, and had to pay Jon $1,500 in legal costs in December 2019. Jon tells Hollywood Life that Kate set up roadblocks to see the kids in 2019. Right after the drama with the TV special, Jon went on to claim that Kate was making it difficult for Colin and Hannah to see their other siblings. He said, there are roadblocks from their mother for my children to see them, but as long as the kids are all happy, I'm cool with that. He shared speaking with us at Victoria's Voice, an evening to save lives at an event in Las Vegas, I guess. Side note, Gosselin's new show, Kate Plus Date, premiered in June of 2019. It was not that successful. It's only 6 episodes and was not picked up and did very poorly. And then Kate confirms that Jon is being investigated for abuse. Kate confirmed in an interview that Jon was being investigated for alleged abuse against Colin, who accused his dad of punching and kicking him in August 2020. Colin made the allegations in a since deleted Instagram post, and Kate said, I don't want my children around him. sorry, I keep burping. Enough is enough. And then Jon was cleared in the investigation and slammed Kate. Jon made it clear he was not happy about Kate's comments among the investigation, which had been dropped because the report of suspected child abuse on Colin was unfounded. And then Jon said Kate wanted to ride the coattails of the article. She wants to be famous. She suffers from narcissistic personality disorder. He said this on Dr. Oz in 2020. And claims that his wife only had 1.5 hours of contact with her son Colin in the last 5 years. Kate did wife swap. It was after they got divorced. I can't remember. So this is what I said. We're only going to talk about the kids where we're hearing from the children once they are of age to consent to being filmed, which is 18. So this is Colin giving an interview with ET.
I was in two different institutions. Scary place. I was actually 12 when I got admitted there, and then it was like I spent my 13th and 14th birthday there.
Why were you there? Because your dad said you shouldn't have been there.
You know, I came to
We're not going to watch
conclusion
the whole
that
thing. It's
everybody
8
has their own
minutes.
agenda. You know, my mom had her own agenda. I don't know exactly what that was, but my agenda was to make it out on top of that tough spot.
At the time, Kate said Colin's institutionalization was due to, quote, special needs.
You can't do anything without realizing he's missing. Colin wasn't there. Each unique child is receiving exactly what they need.
Your mom said Colin has special needs. There's a fairly fluid diagnosis of what those needs are. This has been a struggle we've had for a very long time, and it's one I've dealt with on my own. I felt very alone in this. By the same token, it's not something that has only impacted me or him. Our entire family has been impacted. When you hear that, what do you think?
It's unfortunate that that's how my mom, you know, phrased me as a person.
I feel so bad for him.
I don't see those things, and I don't think anybody else sees those things, but if that's how she sees me, then, you know, that's her point of view, and I hope that if we met again one day, she would understand that, you know, it's not the case.
But you shouldn't have been
It's
there.
just so sad.
What did that do to your relationship with her?
After being there, I didn't have a relationship with her. Even before that, I don't think we had much of a relationship, and I think that just kept tearing it even more down.
Colin told me he was finally able to leave the institution after writing Jon this gut-wrenching letter begging for help. Quote, "You're my dad, my savior. Please help me. I'm counting on you to get me out of here. Daddy, I love you."
You wrote a note to your dad. As a matter of fact, you
So sad.
wrote it in crayon, and you asked him for help to get you out of that place.
Right.
What was going on?
I was in a dark place mentally. I think being in a place like that does more damage than it helps you. So I was hopeless, and you know, I figured out how to write to my dad, and that was kind of one thing that kind of helped me mentally figure out that there was a way out of it, and, you know, a second chance, you know, redemption, if you would.
So I would recommend going to watch that entire interview. It's about 8 minutes. He gets into some of his emotions surrounding the situation, but I just kind of wanted to give you context of where this family currently stands right now. And then here is Hannah did another interview as well. This was in May of 2022. So I think this was before. Yeah, so this one was in November of 2022. This one was first. This is when they turned 18, I think.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm feeling really good.
This is technically your first interview.
She is beautiful.
Have you been waiting to talk?
I'm definitely excited now that I can.
Everybody's 18. That also means something important for you.
Yes, I am free. Free. There's no more custody court.
Right.
We're done.
It's over.
Today. It's over. I call today Emancipation Day. No offense, honey. I love you. It is just a big relief.
Being 18 also means
No, he
that
fought for custody of all of them, but I think these two he did get custody of because over a certain age, the court will start to hear the child's opinion and like go by where the kid wants to go. And it varies by state. It's usually between like 13 to 16. So my guess is they got to the age where the kids could say, and these two kids said they wanted to go with Jon, so the judge granted it, is what I think happened.
you now get all that money that you earned as a kid on TV.
I do. I mean, I don't know how much it is, but I've always said, like, when I do get the money, that I'm going to use it to pay for my college.
Okay, let's just sing happy birthday.
And you also got a message from your mom today.
I did. She just, wished me happy birthday, told me she loved me. It was great.
How is your relationship today with your mom?
My relationship with my mom is pretty stable. Like, we text each other and call each other on like an average basis.
On a day like today, do you miss your siblings?
Oh, 100% I miss my siblings.
Since 2016, Hannah has lived with Jon, brother Colin joined later. The rest of the sextuplets, Alexis, Aiden, Joel, and Leah, live with Kate.
And why did you choose to live with your father?
I've always been closer to my dad. I just feel like there was unfair treatment in my mom's house.
And when you say unfair, do you mean unfair towards your brother Colin?
Yeah, my brother Colin did kind of take, the front of it sometimes.
Jon was awarded full custody of Colin in 2018 after he spent 2 years in a treatment center for what Kate called special needs. Jon says that isn't true.
I mean, I didn't see Colin for like 5-6 years. I had to learn a lot about his difficulties from living with Kate and being away. Communication with my children that live with Kate is very difficult because
She is being
I
nice
have
about
been
her mom.
alienated from those children. I think it was a poor parenting decision.
Will you try to reach out to them now?
And I've already texted them, but I've never gotten a response.
So this is one of the most famous houses in TV history.
Oh yeah, this used to
2
be
years.
all fans, and the paparazzi used to line up on the other side.
I have no idea if the kids got the money.
fence
They haven't
there
really
and the
said.
gate.
The girls will tell you that. Mommy, you're boring. Daddy's fun.
The groundbreaking reality series for
Okay, so y'all get the point of that interview. My ears keep ringing lately. So where is Kate now? The 46-year-old recently resurfaced after leaving Stardom. She appears to be living a normal life as a nurse. She was seen walking her dog in North Carolina. Here's just describing the photos. And then apparently some of the kids also have jobs. They work at like normal teenage jobs like Chipotle. And like they already said, she lives with the dog and some of the children. Here's recent pics of her. She again reactivated her nursing license and is working full-time as a nurse. Where is Jon now? He is a DJ and he DJs 12 to 15 gigs a month in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, apparently. When he was on Dr. Oz, he stated he'd been working on a hip-hop album for 5 years. Don't think that ever came out a ton. Oh no, he released the hip-hop track titled Voicemail. We need to listen to that. Sorry, we have to. So sorry. Did not know how I missed that. Jon Gosselin. I'm so sorry. I know we've been here for a long time, but we're just gonna have to listen to this. I'm so sorry this is happening.
Hey, I really hope all is well. Figured I'd give you a call.
Heavily auto-tuned. They're working on more music.
Did you get this message?
Don't apologize, we must hear.
Call me back, alright?
You're always on my mind, but I don't want it to hurt this time. I didn't know that love could be a crime.
I love it. I'm gonna listen to this on my way to work.
Next time. When you first walked in my life, it felt like a
Men will really just release it like an album instead of going to therapy. I need a Kate disc track. Not saying various artists. This sounds like a Musical.ly audio. Can we get some closed captions? I want to see the lyrics. All of my stuff is like about the Gosselins. I love the cover. Not it being called 8. Stop, I didn't even notice that. His DJ name is just his legal name. Because he's already Googleable. I've heard worse and better. This is so embarrassing. I'm gonna keep reading while we listen to this. So yeah, apparently they're working on releasing more music together. Here's our man on the tracks. This pic, it's from 2017, so it's kind of old, but I just couldn't not show it. I'm shaking ass to this in my kitchen right now. What do y'all mean? That ain't old. I just bet it's not the most recent pic we have of him. This song is still going. Why is it 4.5 minutes long? Untamed. Like, all right, Brittany. John, if you're watching this, can you DJ my prom? Please be for real with the background music. I'm leaving it on. Wait, it's 4 minutes long? Yes, it is. Oh, okay. So he did the hair transplant thing again in 2022. He underwent hair transplant surgery. He said it's because he just went through a breakup and is just wanting to boost his confidence because apparently him and his girlfriend, Colleen. Is this him? Okay, so we can't handle that anymore. But anyway, apparently him and his girlfriend, Colleen Conrad, called it quits in 2021 after 7 years of dating. They decided to go their separate ways. So then he got hair plugs, I guess. And I want to again say thank you to today's episode sponsor, Skillshare. Here's some web development classes that they have. I'll put the link in the chat again. But if you could do any favor to me, if you could just sign up for a free month of Skillshare, I'm sure you will like it. And if you don't, you can always cancel. It is completely risk-free. I will not be mad at you, and they will not be mad at you if they cancel. So thank you again to Skillshare, by far my favorite partner I've worked with. This is the last episode that they're sponsoring. So thank you guys for all you have done for me. Greatly appreciate it. Yes, click the link, sign up, thanks. And next week, we're going to be learning about the history of cruises. So the cruise ship industry is crazy. They really abuse their workers. When people die or crimes happen on these boats, they cover it up. They fly flags of developing nations so that they can like exempt themselves from U.S. like worker safety laws. It's really, really freaking bananas. And on top of all that, it's also terrible for the environment. So we're going to do a history of cruises. So it wasn't just in Secession. No, there's a reason they picked cruises, because it's a very, very sleazy industry. They skip out on taxes as well. So we're going to talk about that next week. So make sure you join us same place, same time next week. But let's go ahead and play the frickin' game. This was such a fun stream, and I hope you're happy with how detailed it was. I really struggled with like what to include versus what not to include, because there's just literally so much. I easily could have put 30 more slides in here, and I hope that you were satisfied with the level of detail here. We're gonna do the carnival one, I think, because everyone is a clown. So we're gonna do the carnival themed Time to Climb. If I click the link and the video doesn't stay, I'll be sad. So if you want to do Skillshare, it's in my link tree. Do it afterwards, or just like when we end, I'll post the link again. But we're going to play a trivia game. So go ahead and go to join.nearpod.com, or you can use the app. You don't have to make an account. You don't have to enter your email. It doesn't cost anything. I'm not trying to get anything from you. So if you want to play trivia and you want to have a fun time, it's 10 questions. It's multiple choice about what we talked about. Join.nearpod.com. You can put in your name. It will come up on the screen. So if you don't want, I just followed Jig a few minutes ago. You're doing planned and scheduled streams with awesome topics, then playing games. So mad I'm just finding you. Did you find me from TikTok or did you find me from Twitch? If you found me through Twitch, pop off in the chat, because it's an experiment. But anyway, if you want to play the game, you're more than welcome to. It's 100% free. The questions come up on my screen, so if you just want to watch it, that's totally fine too. You can do this on your phone. You can do this. Oh, you've been following me on TikTok? Oh my God, I'm glad that my Twitch stream is like being sent to the masses now. You can do this in a new tab. You can do this on your phone. You can do this on a separate device. Yes, I will put the link in the chat. There you go. And let me find where I put the Skillshare link so I can copy that again. There we go. I just want it like in my recent, encore. Is there any way to see old streams? Yes, they are all on YouTube. Some of them get like pieces missing because there's copyrighted things, whether it's a song or a clip or whatever. But all of the lessons go on YouTube. The ones that the clip isn't in there, but the rest of the class usually is. There's only like one or two that I wasn't able to do that with. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. If you haven't joined, you will still be able to. There's 69 people in the game, so that's perfect. These streams are low-key like PBS Kids for adults. Want to comment on Twitch, but not bad enough to download the app. Valid. Guys, I'm scheduling showings because me and my boyfriend are looking at houses, not to buy, to rent. I'm so excited. And this guy just told me I can come see it, so I'm extra happy. I'm going on Tuesday. Woot woot. Yes, we are moving. It's just because the area we live in, or the area we're looking at, there's not really apartments. There's 2 right answers, oh no. The state of delusion would also work. It's not the right one though, sorry. I debated it. I should have made it the right. Thank you. Oh, my friend is watching with her toddler. That's fun. Not 9/11 being an answer. Wanted to see if anyone would notice that. Thinking about how I have my last finals of college and you will not catch me studying with as much engagement as I come here. That's valid though, because this is more fun. The Nearpod code is 38KHR. Not me picking 9/11. No, for real, I put off studying for this stream. Y'all are hilarious. The way I so confidently answered TLC. He used to DJ at Chili's on Cinco de Mayo. I want that for my birthday. For my birthday party, I want Jon Gosselin to DJ at a Chili's. If I ever throw like an influencer event, that's what it is. Just so you know. That's what we're doing. This is the music that plays in my head when someone asks me a question. I feel God in this Chili's. I feel John in this Chili's. If you have one fan attending this, it is me. Honestly, no one could show up and I'd still have a good time because then I would just get to ask Jon Gosselin questions one-on-one. Like when I book him as a DJ for the event, it'll start at 7:30 p.m., but I'm going to tell him it starts at 6 so that I get 90 minutes just to chat with him and then I'll like record it as a podcast or something. I wish it was the Obamas. Imagine if Barack Obama was like, I would like to speak about the Gosselin family. He was president during this time. Mandatory Q&A. Non-consensual Q&A with Jon Gosselin. I would watch the shit out of you doing interviews. I think that's what I want my career to be. I don't know. I don't want to work for it though. You should get his mistress on Teacher Quit Talk. Oh, now you're fucking thinking. The way I just joined the stream, but I'm still getting the answers right. I'm mad no one laughed at my wrong answer about Ozempic. Y'all didn't think that was funny? What was the title of the new show? I was proud of these too. Outnumbered and alone. Y'all forgot to talk about how this was at the peak of 2008 recession entertainment. Kate plus 8, and I'm on it. Why is it like stuck? I hate when it does this. There it goes. Kate plus 7 is funny because that implies fucking love. What was Jon's post-reality TV career? Like Jon said, this one is mine and we're dipping. What if they did it Parent Trap style, where like they each took one twin and then they each took 3 of the sextuplets and then just never talked about it again? The Hollister model. My boyfriend tried to tell me that he was the Hollister model, and then upon further investigation, I found out he was an inside employee. They do kid draft. Alrighty, last question. How do you become Miss Parking Lot's favorite student? And I put 3 things I hate and 1 thing I love. And the correct answer is A. Sign up for a free month of Skillshare, please. Thank you. I'll put the link in the chat again. There you go. Which would have been first draft pick? When's your B-day? I'm afraid to say, because then I feel like someone's gonna like know my social security number somehow. Yes, that's gonna be my new name, I think, is Miss Parking Lot. I need to file an LLC, and I think I'm gonna make that the name of the LLC, because then I figure I can kind of do whatever with it later. Nice job. In first place, we have Michaela, and then Teal Koala, Emma, Nina Nebula, Kristen Mitchell, Dust Pan Luann, Lauren, Mads, Rosalie, Katie, Kate's Karen Cut, Ashton, Nilsen, Alyssa, Savannah, Taylor K, Tanya Harding, Shoelace, Joyce, Sammy B. I will scroll through the rest. I see John's plugs. I see Kate's hair. I see Octopussy, a dispensary parking lot, Zooted Pickles, an IKEA parking lot, Bye Baby Angel has been with us for a while, Nearpod parking lot, the Vintage Lesbian, a Kate parking lot, John's hair plugs again, John's pussy. Stop it. Alrighty. This was so fucking fun. This was one of my favorite streams I ever did. Let me turn off TikTok. Goodbye. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to go make some tacos. I hope everybody has a great night. Please join us Please join us next week for the history of cruises. Have a great night. Make good choices. See you next week. Oh, next week I will be staying with my sister. So Mike will not be here, but I will be here with her weird little corporate background. So see you next week. Peace, love, and blessings.